We're rolling now. The Tiger Basketball Report, brought to you by the Green Turtle, starts right now. Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. And Coach, the Tigers this week had games against their two longest rivals in the CAA, Delaware and Drexel. Teams Towson's been playing for almost 40 years now. And you came off a victory against UNCW last week to end your two-game road stand. It was your first CAA win of the year. Did you get any indication in practice that things might be different when you take the floor on Thursday night against Drexel?
I mean, you hope that. One thing, we've talked a lot off here, that the practice habits of our guys have been really strong all year. And I think, we don't have a great week, one great week. We weren't terrible. A couple of teams we played had really good performances, but we had some good players struggle to make shots. So, I don't, like I said, tell you we can shoot that well every night, but we certainly weren't surprised that we made shots. Guys are excited to play. What I liked about our guys is when you start out 0-3 and then, some people start questioning, can they be good, all that stuff, that the guys really locked in and responded in the right way. It's not late in the year, but there's still a lot of basketball left to play. And I just liked how we were ready to play both nights defensively, and then we made shots. Sometimes the game is as simple when the ball goes in, you look pretty good.
And you scored 47 in the first half against Drexel. But not only did you score 47, you held them to 22. So it's you could be in a shootout, 47-43, something like that. But not only were you doing it on the offensive end, but you were doing it on the defensive end also.
It's funny when you say that, because we watched film with our guys on the weekend to go through some stuff. I told them that we did a great job both games taking care of the ball. In our first half defense, our defense for about 30 minutes was off the charts. I said, if we shot as bad as we had shot the 3 games before that, or whatever, the 5 halves before that, I felt like we still would have won those games. Now, it might have came down to the last 2-3 minutes, but our defense and our ball security was so good. All we did by making shots was give ourselves some separation. You want to harp on doing those other things well every night. But I do believe, like I said, we played 2 good teams, 2 well-coached teams. Delaware's obviously had a great year to date, but I believe we have guys that can really shoot the ball. Now, if we can continue to consistently do that, we get a chance to have a really good season.
So you beat Drexel by 16 on Thursday night. Delaware comes in on Saturday. Delaware's a team that had a great non-conference year. They were undefeated until they lost to Villanova. I think it was their only non-conference loss of the season. And they come in and they've got 4 guys that they start that are as good as anybody in the conference. You handled them in the first half, much like you did Drexel. And you win both games by 16 points. And I guess as a coach, the happiest thing you can do is put the walk-ins in late in the game and do it knowing that you're winning and not putting them in because you're losing.
We certainly like when you can do that, because those guys practice hard. They're good players. We've got Chris, Nigel, Justin, and Greg have been really good for us. But we were really locked in against Delaware, who was a hard team to guard because of their talent level. And they played a good pace. They don't turn the ball over. They're well-schooled. But I said I thought our defense in both those games in the first half, we were incredibly locked into personnel, ball screen coverage, contesting shots. We do have the ability to move and we have guys that go after the ball pretty aggressively. I think when you put that together, you can not only be really good defensively, but I think that helps you get out in transition and get some easy baskets, and now the ball's moving, and that we saw more flashes, I thought, this week of what we had expected as a program. Now we gotta keep doing it now. We gotta keep doing it. But I'm proud of the way our guys responded.
And the other thing, you had 5 guys in double digits, and the Kai Sanders 1 point shy of making it 6 guys in double digits. And I tried to go back. I can't tell you the last time Towson had 6 guys in double digits in a game, and you were 1 point shy of doing that.
Yeah, that's pretty good to talk about, especially guys like Nick Timberlake and Juwan Gray and Jason Gibson, who are good players that really, really work hard. And can we say enough about Allen this week? I mean, the week he had.
We'll get into that later on this week.
Well, fair enough.
So the Tigers go 2-0 this weekend. Now they have a week off to not relax, but get better. Get better, and not have to worry about 2 games in a 3-day period. Tune in later on this week when we will talk about the matchup with the Dukes of James Madison. For the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Tigers.